Periodically, I find myself obsessing with an idea or an issue or a topic without knowing the reason why. Recently, as in last year, I was obsessed with getting on YouTube and watching everything I could find about 9/11. Every angle, every conceivable angle of planes hitting the buildings and whatever I could find. And a lot of times, well, I mean, when these type of obsessions occur, I don't know what's behind them. And in my conscious awareness, what I'm doing is trying to figure out what question I'm trying to answer, because there's some question in my subconscious that's driving me to look for an answer, and I don't know what I'm looking for until I find it. I usually don't know what the question is that I'm asking until I find the answer. It's like, oh, that's what it is. But I was, I'd spend hours and hours looking at 9/11 footage and kind of, you know, reading about these conspiracy theorists and all that nonsense. But anyway, I won't even get into that. But it turns out one day I finally figured out what my obsession was with it, and as soon as I did, it vanished. But what I was trying to figure out was that the question my subconscious was trying to answer was, if I was in that situation, if I was in one of those towers when it was on fire and I couldn't get out and it was looking like I was going to die from the fires, perhaps, would I have been one of those people who would have jumped? And I wrestled with that subconsciously, I guess. But it turns out that I answered the question for myself, and yes, I would have been one of the ones who jumped. I would have rather jumped while looking at the beautiful blue sky or the skyline on my way down, knowing that that was my last trip, than to watch the flesh burn off of my body before I died. But anyway, my point here is that lately I've been obsessed with engaging in watching and commenting on videos that have to do with this whole evolution versus creation debate, theist versus atheists, and so forth. And it just dawned on me a few minutes ago that what has been bothering me about this whole thing, what has been driving my obsession, was not whether or not I was an atheist or whatever. But as it turns out, I am disturbed, annoyed, completely pissed off by the very notion that this concept was ever presented to me, the concept of God. I am I am perturbed that I am that I feel that I am in this have to be put into this position where I have to make a choice one way or the other. Do I believe or not? Well, first of all, I think the whole concept needs to be relegated to storybooks. That's my honest truth. That's my feeling. I don't want to have to make a choice between whether I believe there's a God or not, because I don't choose to accept the concept in the first place. It's something that's ingrained in our DNA or something that it's come out of our ancestry of the caveman days, where, I mean, our species is just in a period of awakening right now. We're just awakening in our awareness and our ability to conceive and perceive of things and contemplate things and reason and learn. To have to waste time struggling with some issue which really, in the end, no matter which way you believe, has really no impact on anything except for the way you choose to live your life, I don't want to spend my time, deciding which pair of socks to put on my feet, much less spend hours and hours and hours wondering if there's a God or not, and then deciding which way I want to believe, because it all comes down to belief, because there's no way to know. So anyway, I am a humanist through and through, I guess. I just, the human race as a whole is a marvelous, wonderful, mysterious thing. There are pockets which are ugly. There's ugliness in life. There's beauty in life. There's love. There's hate. There's all these things, and they all have their place, and they all serve some purpose, and they all contribute to something. We may not like some, we may reject some, but we may embrace others. But the bottom line is everybody's here in it together. This is one planet, one tiny little minuscule planet that is a speck of sand on a beach that you'll never find again if you threw it out. I mean, come on. Let's live together, love together, work together, help each other out, be supportive, and judge people individually based on their own merits. Give them the credit that they're due or the respect that they're due, and withdraw from them if they've demonstrated that they aren't worthy of your time or your respect. But give them that benefit of the doubt. Reach out and let people know who you are, or get a chance to know them before you decide, well, you're somebody I don't want to know, or you're somebody I want to keep. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Take it or leave it, and that's the end of this video. By the way, if you know of a word for me to put a label on me, let me know. I guess it's humanist. I'm going to let this roll to 10 minutes. It's probably going to cut off right about here, because that's where it cut off last time. But it's a long 2.5 minutes to wait. I'm not going to say anything of any real relevance, so you can go to another video now or start typing your comment down at the bottom of my video if you have something to say, or you can rate my video. Is it there or is it up here? I never know. Anyway, there's a little white cat there behind me on the bed. She's always there. She's always wherever I am, she has to follow. She's my little lamb. I guess that makes me merry. Anyway, she's a deaf cat. She can't hear me. She can sometimes sense certain frequencies. So she kind of perks up like, what was that? Most of the time she's totally skittish. She won't show herself to anybody but me and my wife. And even sometimes when she sees us, she runs. And then she realizes, oh, it's you. So anyway, we're coming up on 9 minutes here. Only 1 minute more to waste in my life. I wish YouTube would fix their stupid software. Why is it I'm the only one that has this problem? It seems like I always have this problem. I've tried so many different computers, different webcams. Same thing. I record a 10-minute video and it cuts off 2.5 minutes off the end. It's annoying. Anyway, I don't know what the key to the problem is. That wasn't even a pun. That was so bad. "20 seconds. I feel like we're waiting for a space shuttle launch. DC-7 is control, over. All systems go. Capcom. Green, check. I don't know what I'm saying.